Ahoy, ahoy, and welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time watching, welcome. And today we're going to take a look at various CD and the lone Blu-ray edition of Yellow Submarine. Before we continue, though, I would like to thank every one of you who regularly watch my videos. I have been very busy for the the end of 2023, and still is busy for the entirety of or for the first month of 2024, and I haven't been able to upload new videos, and for that I apologize if you were waiting and I couldn't even post something to tell you guys that I couldn't, record new ones. But yeah, and I'm still actually, I just happened to find this little pocket of free time, and and record these videos. But I might not be able to, post regularly until I got all of these loose ends tied up. And I'm just doing this because on February 18th, it's going to be my channel anniversary. So, I want to give you guys something, and to thank you for, I just got notification a few weeks ago that we hit 500 subscribers. I mean, not bad for a channel that only posts like, videos of my hands and, unedited videos at that. Thank you. I will try to, get more content up as fast as I can, or as often as I can. Anyway, yeah, we going back to topic. We are going to take a look at these Yellow Submarine discs right here. So let me just set these aside, and we shall take a look at them. So, as with my other earlier videos, the first thing I like to do is take a look at how it was originally released. So in this case, I'm going to show you the custom mini LPs that I made some time ago. There's a video here on my channel where you can take a look at these and other custom mini LPs at, well, a better look individually, of course. Okay, so just a quick thing. So these are this is the US, this is the UK version, so there are some differences, although the audio is essentially the same, which is why Yellow Submarine wasn't included in the US albums, box set. It was included because it's essentially the same as the 2009 remaster, so they didn't include it anymore. There was an official release of the Yellow Submarine mini LP back in 2014, and a reissue in 2015, but I missed out on that. And the prices that those things were going for, it's way out of my price range. So for now, I just made these to, satisfy that completeness of mini LPs, because as you know, we do have the Beatles and Mono box set, but it only stops at the White Album, and then you got the Mono Masters album, which we will take another look at later on. So these two versions right here. So as far as the artwork is concerned, this has become the world standard, of course. So that's the artwork right there. Take note, there is a subtitle: "Nothing is real." And then it's one of the last flip back albums that they've released. So unlaminated back, laminated front, and then you've got the song titles right here. There's a graphic that's a version of this, but they added the Yellow Submarine graphic in there. And then the text is also yeah. This is a review of the White Album, written by Derek Taylor. And if there was a scene in Get Back, I'm trying to remember if it was the part one film studio scenes, or was it the Apple Studio versions where Ringo was examining a copy of the Yellow Submarine, because it was released around the same time that they were filming for what became Let It Be the film and Get Back the documentary. Yeah, so that's the standard, and then you got the US version, which is more or less the same. There are distinct differences, like there's the text right there, selections by the Beatles, and then there's a copyright statement here. King features, because they hold the at the time they hold the film distribution rights in the US, and you'll notice that Nothing Is Real is missing from this part, but mostly everything else is the same up front, at least. So the spine also different. This is the known standard, the Beatles Yellow Submarine, without anything else, no catalog number, no anything. And then in the capital version, of course, I got the standard title, which is aligned at the left, and then you've got the marking stereophonic right there, and then capital and the catalog number. And then that's the artwork. The sleeves, no inserts, no anything. It's just a plain sleeve, Apple sleeve. And then of course this is an extra copy of CD that I used. Anyway, if I remember, well, yeah, I'm just working most of this off the top of my head, but if I remember correctly, the and this is what I would like to know, because what we do know now as the version of, the definitive version of a Yellow Submarine, the LP, which is in the 2009 remaster, which we'll take a look at shortly, is that the song Only a Northern Song that's the second track there. It was released in mono, but there is the version which was released in here in the first CD version was a fake stereo. Again, we'll take a look at that later. Now, the original plan was to release an EP, which consisted of the 4 songs here, Only a Northern Song, Altogether Now, Hey Bulldog, It's All Too Much, plus All You Need Is Love. Or rather, no. Across the Universe. I was still All You Need Is Love already here. Yeah, Across the Universe. Now, and this is kind of a research dead end for me, because I couldn't find anything that points to the right answer. The Across the Universe that was supposed to be included in here, was it supposed to include the bird sounds that were eventually included in the Nothing's Gonna Change Our World compilation? And was it sped up? Or because they went so far as to having a master for it, but they only included the 4 songs here. These were supposed to be the mono master. Northern Song, Altogether No, Hey Bulldog, It's All Too Much. But the Across the Universe version that was included here was a single version that was from the compilation. So, yeah, that's one thing I would like to know if if someone's actually heard the master, hopefully, did anyone ever does anyone know if it was the version that we heard in the compilation and single, or was it something else closer to the Let It Be Naked version, if they didn't tamper with the speed of the tape? And secondly, for those of you who own the original UK LP release, was Only a Northern Song in mono, or was it in a fake stereo version? Yeah, you can. I would love for you to post that in the comments, because honestly, I'm at a dead end with those 2 pieces of information. Speaking of which, so this is the first CD version, CD iteration of the album. So we got that's pretty much the UK standard artwork with a little bit of text in there, but we're gonna take a look at that. That's the spine, and that's the back artwork. So track list. I'm kind of bugged. It bugs me that they didn't put Pepperland in the second column, so it's like, it looks out of place here. But I guess they went for a more symmetrical design here. This is a 1992 pressing, by the way, because of the Apple Records logo. I'm gonna take a look at the insides now. So the disc is pretty much standard 80s design, one colors, and then it was silk screen, and font is Futura, not the actual font in the album. And yeah, the artwork at the back of the booklet is essentially the same, without the barcode, of course. The content of the booklet, 8 pages total, is, well, you get the songwriter credits there, producer credits, of course, and then the text in the booklet is the text at the back of the UK version. So you've got, actually, I do think that they've just they sort of trimmed. Wait, hold on. Oh no, they took the text here and just divided it into 4 panels. So especially with the text here, you've got that oversized quotation marks right there, and the paragraph breaks are exactly the same too. And then same at the end. So yeah, I mean, essentially you get all the elements here, and there's a little bit of text at the front here. So well, I would concede that this is because it's a capital pressing, so I guess they have to put that little disclaimer right there on a UK cover. Yeah, I mean, if you collect different variations of album covers, I mean, the EU pressing probably didn't have that disclaimer right there. So if you like, collecting variations of the packaging, then you'll probably want to get the EU pressing as well. Okay, so yeah, as I was talking about earlier, this particular version of the album has a fake stereo mix of only a Norden song, so that's unique among all of these. So if you're after that variation, then yeah, this is a nice different variation to be included in your collection. So moving on, this is the 2009 remaster. Everybody knows what it is. You got the stripe, you got the standardized spine right there. They have the standard font, and the artwork is altered at the back to make it look more modern, but it has a lot of the elements from the UK, like the text right there, because the US version, which included a different text at the back, you also get a different layout right there. You got the songwriter credits differently and a different review, right? So with the remaster, the cool thing about the remaster is they actually included the liner notes for both. So you got the UK cover, no extra text anywhere, and then this is the 1969 UK notes. You got the even down to the oversized quotation marks. You get the text interspersed with images from the film, and then you have the US liner notes as well. There we go. And of course, like with all other 2009 remasters, you get a small bit of historical notes and recording notes. There you go. And it does say that the remastered album has been created from the stereo analog text of track 2, which was from the original mono analog master. So they kind of fixed it by including the mono version of Only a Northern Song in this iteration, which I guess if you've just been getting into the CD thing 2009 and after, then this probably is your definitive version of the album. So, which is not a bad thing. I mean, you know, it's a lot better. I was A/Bing these two because I wanted to listen to the just to make sure that I'm not imagining things with the fake stereo version of Only an Northern Song, and it really was there. um, the masters. This is for some people. Some people didn't like the raised volumes, raised levels of the 2000. But then again, just remember the mastering was done to maximize, not necessarily compete in the loudness wars that's been going on during that era, but they do. I guess they were trying to make the most out of the bandwidth of 16 bits, 44.1 kilohertz bandwidth for CDs. Whereas the reason why CDs of this era, the late 80s, they kind of are quieter, for lack of a better word. The volume levels are way down. But then again, you could just crank up the volume and do that. The reason why the volumes was that the masters that were used for these were designed or made for vinyl records. So with vinyl records mastering, you'd have to keep an eye on transients and keep the level just a bit, low, because if you do them too hot or too loud, that would ruin the resulting tracks, and you get skipping needles. All right, I mean, I don't collect vinyl, but I know how it's made. So yeah, they had to make, and then imagine if you're going to take those masters and then use them as CDs. That's when you get quiet masters. So the 2009 remasters were kind of I mean, there are some spots where the compression was obvious, but it's not bad as a lot of people make them out to be. So yeah, now we take a look at a couple of different version or variations of Yellow Submarine. So one is the Songtrack. So back in 1999, when the movie was remastered or restored, I could remember which one of the two processes was made. They released it on DVD in 1999, and at the time the rights to the movie was owned by Metro Goldwyn Mayer or MGM. And so VHS and DVD were still the reigning formats at the time, so no Blu-rays yet. But that was done because 1999, 30th anniversary of the movie, and DVD was the hot format at the time, and it was great. I mean, I had a lot of DVDs at the time. Lord of the Rings, and DVD was the supreme format. HD didn't wasn't a thing at the time. So before 1999, the versions that were available were, on Laserdisc, VHS. I think they were. The cut was different. That was the U.S. cut, and you could tell because the Hey Bulldog sequence was absent from that version. Whereas with the 1999 moving forward, this is the theatrical, or at least the cut that they intended it to be, and then it's complete. It has the Hey Bulldog sequence there. So of course, to coincide with the 1999 issue on home media, they also issued this the Yellow Submarine Songtrack on a jewel case. Now I don't have the jewel case version because it's the exact same master as this 2012 edition. This is not a remaster nor a remix. It's the exact same master as the 1999 version. The biggest difference is, of course, it's a jewel case release, but the graphics are exactly the same. So with the jewel case, you got this. If you open the jewel case like that, you get the full graphic. Actually, this is even more complete because it's printed on just one panel, right? So got that, and then you got the track listing right there, and then which apart from the 4 songs, they actually included most of the songs that were in the movie. There is one song, I forgot which one it is, that was supposed to be, oh yeah, A Day in the Life. They used the orchestral crescendo, that scene where the submarine is traveling to leaving Earth, or Earth, at least as the movie defined it, and then it's supposed to, take off and head to Pepperland. The crescendo was from A Day in the Life. So, but they didn't include it as I think someone, if I remember correctly, someone said the it would have been like just a replica of Sergeant Pepper, or everything here is from Sergeant Pepper. So, or rather, it would have been too much like Sergeant Pepper the album, so they left that out. So the graphics inside. So when you open the jewel case, this is under the tray card. They smaller though, because they had to accommodate this artwork under there. The the insert. This is not a booklet. It's a straight. I'll show it to you. Is exactly the same. So you got this. It's a continuous artwork right there, and then here. I mean, this is designed for the CD era, so they wanted to use and you got the full Submarine here as well. The LP version was a bit different in that it had a gatefold, and then the artwork here is spread across the gatefold, so it artwork stops here, so you don't have that transition there. It's just straight there, the sound wave things, and then this is on the second tier at the bottom, and then it connects here. So there's a transition here where the Lucy drawing has a shoulder here, and then it goes over here. This is exactly, it's the same size as the LP version, so you're not exactly missing out on bigger graphics. And then what they did with a transition at the middle right here was the blue glove, the flying glove. There's a effect here, so it's there's a significant difference between the LP and the CD versions. But at the time, since this was released on during CD era, this is the definitive version of the artwork. So the disc is that's this design right there. Nothing much, not much to write home about. And now I forgot to mention that when they released the digisleeve version to go together with the 2012 Blu-ray, which is this one. It's a new restoration or remaster. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, restoration. I was looking at my notes. This is the new restoration, and the key difference is that one, during that time, 2012, the rights to the movie were released, or rather reverted back to Apple. So, they could now release it under the Apple label, and it's newly restored using 4K. Although, take note, they have not released the movie in 4K yet. The 4K footage or the 4K master exists somewhere in their vaults, very likely, but they haven't released it yet. So this is the highest resolution version of the movie that we have so far. It's in a standard Blu-ray or a 1080p, and this is what we're gonna look for. And another thing though They in 2018, Apple actually screened the 4K version of the movie. It's for the 50th anniversary, and it's only a theatrical release. So it's there. The 4K version exists, but it's not released anywhere yet. You know. Now, yeah, before we transition to that, just one thing though. The four songs, and no, not just the four songs, but all the songs in the album were remixed in stereo. So I wasn't actually planning on having this version or the song track at all. I mean, I have all the songs on other albums except that one. These are complete remixes. I mean, this predates Giles Martin's work, and I would like to think of it as building blocks. Like, this is the first, or at least one of the first remix projects, and then that was 1999, and then you got Love. They kind of building blocks until they got the Giles Martin stuff, and 2017, and it's like remixes are cool now. you know and as you can tell from my videos, I don't hate them, I love them. It's for the Beatles, for the modern audience. So this is cool because this is the only version so far where you get the stereo, actual true stereo remix of only an origin song, track 11, right there. That's this is the only one so far, and it's great. I actually have this playlist on my iTunes, where every the albums were interspersed with the chronological singles. So the past masters tracks were, and the newer 2023 remixes were, the singles were interspersed in release order. And then when it got to Yellow Submarine, these are the versions that I used, and they hold up really well. So even if you have the standard versions of the albums, the 2009 remasters, I really recommend having this in your collection. It's just for only an origin song alone, it's awesome. Anyway, so we now the last thing on our list is the Yellow Submarine Blu-ray disc, which is not exactly the most. It's not overwhelming. It's we know the artwork. They just kind of modified it to, they removed the gray, and then they integrated the new typography, the logo, and then the faded blue, and they kind of remastered the artwork as well. So you got the flying glove flying in a different direction, right there. But yeah, it's mostly the same. It makes itself distinct from the audio versions. So that's the packaging. So this is the front spine. Oh yeah, the spine, and then you got the text for the back, and yeah, got a lot of features there. And then it's a very similar to the Help Blu-ray packaging. It's a slipcase, cardstock slipcase, nothing special inside. It's just a faded blue stuff, and then the inner sleeve, and then the insides. Now this is the Blu-ray, of course. The tray is pretty standard digipack tray glued to the cardstock, and then this is the stuff that I like. And that's why this is the version that I decided to have. I never actually owned any copy of the Yellow Submarine, the film, before this. So booklet, that's a replica poster. Well, not an actual full-size replica, but it is a promo poster. And then introduction. John Lasseter, if I remember correctly, he was at Pixar, I think. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, he was at C. Yeah. So yeah, got some animation cells right there, And of course the Beatles recording. This is during the Lady Madonna session. Then more artwork and production stuff. And then of course the Eleanor Rigby sequence right there. Then the Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds sequence. And yeah, international promotional art. And a bunch of these are promotional photo shoots. Now, some of these are already made available in other publications. And of course the film credits. And wait, and if you already didn't know, of course the Beatles didn't voice themselves in the movie, except for that segment at the end. You know, the blue meanies have been sighted in the theater. That's kind of another cool thing about this packaging is, of course, you got these extras like stickers. Yay. I mean, I can't bring myself to use these stickers. I mean, I want to, but you know, I consider them part of the packaging. So, you know, I just hope that, you know, when I pass these on to someone else, they don't just stickers, you know. So, and there's also a flyer of. Okay, so yeah, this is the script. Oh, picture book. Sorry. Yeah, I couldn't remember seeing. There's a graphic novel version of the Yellow Submarine that was drawn by Bill Morrison. He drew the Simpsons comics as well. So, you know, there's a graphic novel version of this, and it was published twice under different publishers, and I still don't own any of them. I mean, I really have to get around owning that. Those, I mean, I could have included it in this video, but maybe you know, another video in the future. No, this is the coolest part of the the entire packaging here. These are well, these are not actual cells from the film, but they're animation cells. Nevertheless, let me just get a whiteboard in here because I want to show you what they look like. So that's John. Yeah, these are acetate sheets. So I'm just trying to not, you know, put my fingerprints on them. That's John. Oh, by the way, they didn't come with a plastic sleeve. They just I just made this so that they don't, you know, get scratched while in storage. So that's Paul right there. And then that's George. This is the scene where we first see George, and he's on top of the mountain, you know, and the wind is blowing in his hair. And then Ringo. Just notice now that his hands were too big. Okay, and that is pretty much a look at all the CD and Blu-ray editions of Yellow Submarine. And if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I mean, you know, I'm trying to, even though I might not be able to post as regularly as before, I'm you know, trying to grow this channel. I mean, I'm not at the monetization point yet, but you know, if I would like to maybe get there. I don't know. Although yeah, of course, that kind of gives me motivation to make more of these. And of course, there's only so many Beatles products that that I could review, compare and contrast. So, you know, would really appreciate it if you could suggest anything else that I haven't covered yet. Not necessarily Beatles stuff, but you know, music stuff and comic book stuff. I mean, I haven't actually, apart from the custom slipcases that I've made, I haven't actually covered any of you know, comic related topics. So I do have stuff on my Instagram, but that's about it. So anyway, that is it. Again, I don't know how to end this, but yeah, I'll just say goodbye and till the next video. Be good.